Right now, breaking news overnight in the search for the missing submarine in the Atlantic. Noises heard in the search area. What the Coast Guard says they're picking up.
And transgender sanctuary. We have the breaking developments overnight from that vote and what it means for the city of Madison.
And we are heating up to near 90 today. That'll continue for the rest of the week. And it looks like dry weather through Saturday, but some storms in the forecast later this weekend. More coming up.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynchine. Thanks for waking up with us. It is the first day of summer, and it certainly feels that way, Kelly.
Yeah, it is definitely going to be feeling that way for the rest of the week. It seems like we've been dealing with this really for a couple of weeks. What we need is some rain. Going to have to wait until it looks like Saturday night and Sunday. That'll be the opportunity of seeing some rain moving in. In the meantime, summer officially arrives this morning, officially just before 10 o'clock, and it's going to feel like it as temperatures get close to 90. That'll be the case tomorrow, Friday, right into Saturday. No rain until Saturday night into Sunday. That'll be our opportunity of seeing some rain. A nice start to the morning, though. 58 in Madison, Juneau is 64, Janesville 61, the Dells 58, 56. Right now in Lone Rock, and as mentioned, summer officially arrives this morning. What does that mean? It's the longest daylight of the year, 15 hours and 22 minutes. The sun came up at 5:18, doesn't set until 8:40. We'll enjoy plenty of that sunshine going throughout the day as temperatures will climb into low 80s here early this afternoon, topping out in the upper 80s. A couple degrees warmer than yesterday, a little bit more of a east to southeast wind. No problems on the roads this morning, but you will need those sunglasses with all that sunshine and warm temperatures expected this afternoon. Talk more about that rain chance for the weekend coming up.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Kelly. Now to some breaking news from overnight. Madison's City Council voting unanimously in favor of making the city a sanctuary for transgender people.
It's similar to the one Dane County's Board of Supervisors passed last week. The measure, mostly symbolic, the idea is that it allows transgender people to receive gender-affirming care like hormone therapy or surgery. That's not legally enforceable. It asks police not to prioritize arrests based on any future laws against surgery.
And statements like the one we are asking to be supported here tonight save lives.
The resolution specifically calls out kids as well. It calls Madison a, quote, safe place and sanctuary for transgender children, adults, and their families.
We'll continue to cover the impact of this vote on the city of Madison. You can follow along with any developments. Just download the Channel 3000 mobile app.
More breaking news and new hope in the search for the missing submarine in the Atlantic. The Coast Guard confirms underwater noises were heard, banging at 30-minute intervals. A Canadian plane says it saw a white rectangular object in the water. Still, though, somehow no results yet in this search. The search area about the size of Connecticut.
The first thing is that there's no light, like we just heard. It is pitch black down there, so hopefully they have some flashlights, but you know, I don't know how long those batteries are going to last. The second thing is it's cold. The water is about freezing. All of that's going on in the context of they don't know if they're going to get rescued. So it's a very psychologically stressful time.
The crew has about 1 day's amount of oxygen left. The sub was headed to the wreckage of the Titanic. 5 people are on board.
Could not imagine. Sun Prairie woman pleading guilty to homicide charges. Police say Okima Jones hit and killed a bicyclist on Madison's west side last year. Jones also pleaded guilty to drunk driving charges. A sentencing hearing is now set for October 13th.
More local news now. Firefighters say smoking materials are to blame for a house and garage fire in Portage. Take a look at the damage here. This happened yesterday along East Howard Street just after noon. This is the detached garage. That's where the fire started before it spread to the rear side of the house. Firefighters were able to extinguish it pretty quickly, but you can see here the garage almost completely destroyed.
Wisconsin has $10 million more to help with the state's electric grid this morning. The money comes from the federal government. 7 states are getting some of the funding. It's part of the bipartisan infrastructure law. The state's Public Service Commission will spend the money now on helping the grid handle natural disasters and severe weather. 6:03 now. New York City police say dozens of pride flags were vandalized this weekend outside of the Stonewall National Monument. NYPD says its hate crime task force is now investigating. Police are looking for 3 men they say broke 33 flags on the fence. No arrests have been made.
Later today, Memorial Union will celebrate Pride Month with a display of rainbow terrace chairs. The Wisconsin Union adding the extra chairs, not typically seen, like blue and purple. They'll be out from 2 till 5 today. This is the 3rd time the union has created this display. Both University of Wisconsin unions, Memorial Terrace and Union South, have pride flags flying above them throughout the entire month.
In Verona, a small business is struggling to keep its doors open. Now the owners are turning to the community for help. Our Tahlil Mohaldin has more on where the help is needed.
It was kind of one of her ideas, and I jumped on board and left the corporate world and been doing it for 15 years.
It's a plea for help the owners of Rocket Bicycle Shop and Cafe never thought they would have to make.
Came to a point that we just couldn't, well, we need to eat and we need a house over our head, and we had to just stop.
Since starting up in 2009, for Jessica Laufenberg and her partner Peter Oyen, business had been going great.
So we take the measurements from the client, determine the frame size.
And when they decided to expand into a bigger location, adding a cafe and event space, they were close to getting what they'd spent years building towards.
We've had wedding receptions, we've had tons of different events, so it's starting to become a place where people could celebrate.
For 10 months, their dream was realized.
And then the world happened.
The COVID-19 pandemic changed world, shut them down, brought supply chain issues, threatening to pull them under time and again as they struggled to keep the business afloat.
It just became really, really tough.
They got help from grants, paid employees with their savings, and maxed out their credit. And when the pandemic finally came to an end and business started picking up, by then it was too late. Their doors were shut in January.
When you've got a couple years of all that debt piling on and you can't catch up.
So now they're looking to their community for help paying off that debt and getting back on their feet.
We are at our last chance.
Hoping their closure isn't permanent.
Tahlil Mohaldin reporting. Shop owners say if they don't raise enough capital to relaunch their business, they'll refund all donations because they want the money to be used only for providing a community space. So far, their GoFundMe has raised about $20,000 of their $150,000 goal.
It's not just the pandemic forcing business owners to make tough choices lately. Protesters gathering outside the Capitol yesterday calling for more child care funding. Small businesses struggle to retain workers as wait lists for daycares continue to grow.
Simply put, if parents don't have child care, they can't go to work.
Last week, the Joint Finance Committee voted to cut the program Child Care Counts. The federally funded program took initiative during the pandemic and could be cut from the upcoming state budget.
A car smelling like marijuana is now enough for police in Wisconsin to justify searching a person in the vehicle. That is according to the state Supreme Court. The court's conservative majority ruled 4-3 that Marshfield police did have grounds to search the driver of a vehicle that smelled like marijuana. To justify searching someone, though, police need enough evidence to believe that that person has likely committed a crime. The ruling comes as lawmakers in the state continue to fight over legalizing recreational marijuana.
With the heat kicking in this week, might be a good idea to visit one of Madison's splash pads. There are 3 locations for you and your family to hit up: Cypress, Elver, and Rindall Parks across the city. They're open from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily. They all have bathrooms, too. You can change there. And in Rock County, the Beloit Pool. It's open Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 12 till 6. Family Swim takes place Tuesdays and Thursdays between 3 and 8. Weekend hours there run from 11 until 6.
Have you had a chance to take baby Zeke to a splash pad yet?
We have not.
Oh,
wouldn't that be lovely?
Do it. Oh, I highly recommend it. I like the one at Elver Park because it's got a fence all the way around it.
Okay.
To keep my toddlers from running off.
Yeah, baby Zeke's not quite at that level yet.
But still, did you get a little swim diaper on the guy? And
we just bought some.
I'm telling you.
There we go.
This would be a good week to do it.
I'm going to do that this week. That's a great idea.
Coming up, after nearly 50 years on the force, this police chief is hanging it up. How he feels about stepping down.
And we're in the 608 on Mongoose 3 this morning. We're learning what it takes to be on a BMX bike here at Madtown BMX in DeForest. Coming up after the break, we're going to be talking to the beginners coordinator to see if I have what it takes to ride along with these guys when News 3 Now this morning continues.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
These epic offers won't last forever.
Reviews are very important. It really reflects on how we're handling customers at Precision Door. It's feeling like I'm helping out my neighbor. Quality service quickly from a name you can trust.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Strawberries, blueberries, and the cherry on top, Fairlife, with 50% more protein, 50% less sugar, and the creamy taste, turns scrumptious into scrumptious. Fairlife, ultra-filtered milk.
You know that feeling of having to rewash dishes that didn't get clean? I don't.
New Cascade Platinum Plus with double the Dawn grease-fighting power and double the scrubbing power for a no-rewash clean and a cabinet-ready shine. Upgrade to new Cascade Platinum Plus. Dare to dish differently.
Want a smarter way to mop? Introducing the new Swiffer Power Mop. An all-in-one cleaning tool with hundreds of scrubbing strips that absorb and lock dirt away for a mop and bucket clean in half the time. Mop smarter with the new Swiffer Power Mop.
And now please welcome Anna Montoya.
Hello there, fellow students.
Risky's World, the perfect reminder that life's more fun in the deep end.
Yeah, so never stop exploring, always keep it real.
And do whatever floats your boat, just like we do.
Feed their fantasy.
Friskies.
This 4th, we're throwing a 4 for the 4th celebration with lots of top-rated 4s to shop. Like 4 Bobapedic mattresses that will knock your bunny slippers off. Get budget-friendly Bobapedic comfort with charm, just $3.99. Enjoy the comfort of my Synergy mattress. Looking for extra support and pressure relief? You'll treasure my treasure. And my Lush mattress, topped with an innovative cooling cover with financing options to fit your budget. You guessed it, 4 plans to choose from. Join the 4 for the 4th celebration at Bob's. It's gonna be lit.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit vrapwi.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
These epic offers won't last forever.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Time to see what's going on in the 608 today, and we are giving you an experience. Well, we're giving Josh an experience.
Oh my gosh, he's got the helmet on. Good boy. Good boy, Josh. How you feeling?
Helmet is on. Hey, I am feeling great. I'm ready to ride. But before we get there, look at that. We got our special bike. They gave us the Mongoose 3 here for News 3 Now this morning. I got my helmet, got the long sleeves on, just in case, because safety first. And do I have what it takes to be a beginner rider here at Madtown BMX in DeForest? Well, that's what Brad Pinchard is here for this morning. You're the beginners coordinator.
Yes.
So what exactly does it take to be able to ride one of these BMX bikes?
You have to want to have fun, first of all, and you have to want to try out a new sport. At the end of the day, it's riding your bike, except way cooler.
That's so awesome. So you've been coming out here for 6 years because your son's a rider.
Yes, my son's a rider. He's 11. He's been on the track for that time, and now my daughter just whizzed by us, and she's on it too.
That's so cool. So this has become a family sport for you.
Absolutely, and my wife Kelly is cooking breakfast for everybody right now.
It smells so good, and that's what's so cool about this. I mean, even here we are on a Wednesday morning, the first day of summer, but this is such a fun atmosphere and just a great community out here.
It is, and it's what attracted us and kept us here all these years. BMX is unlike anything else. It's such a good community sport, and everyone is part of it. There is no bench in BMX.
I love that. Okay, so I'm glad you say everyone's a part of it because I've never done this before. This is my first time on a BMX bike. So you're the beginners coordinator. You know, what sorts of things do you go through for people that are just learning?
People that are just learning, we actually have a 5-week program for them that have never been on a BMX track before. We start out with basic things, which I talked to you a couple minutes before. Pedals in the right position, standing up riding. There are certain drills that we teach to get all that going. So that's all part of our beginners league.
So that's something that people can sign up for right now. You do that?
Absolutely. MadtownBMX.com is our information up there. Our open house for that next new rider program is going to be happening here on Saturday, July 22nd. In the afternoon, you can come and check it out. And if you'd like to, you can sign up for the full 5-week program with certified licensed coaches like myself and Coach Brian. And we'd love to have some new riders out here.
Wonderful. Okay, we've got about 30 seconds. Give me
All
a
right.
couple of tips before I take my ride here in about 20 minutes.
All right. The biggest tip I would give you is you're riding a bike. All right. This is a BMX track. There's some cool features on here. Stand up when you ride so you can control your bike. And as you go over the features, be sure you keep your pedals in the 3-9 position, because that way you can control your bike as you go over the features and the jumps. You don't want 1 foot up and 1 foot down. And first time or two around, just go as slow as you need to. You don't need to be like these expert riders that were ripping through here before.
You know, sometimes you save the best for last, and that's going to be me today. All right. Well, hey, thank you so much for your time. You think I got what it takes?
Absolutely.
Awesome. I know Blake, that the track champion, he's like, probably. He said that last half hour. I'm like, come on, Blake, give me some credit here.
No, you got this.
Awesome. Sounds good. All right. Well, Brad, thanks so much, guys. Coming up here in about 25 minutes, I'm going to be giving this course a run for its money here on News 3 Now this morning. It's some live TV you're not going to want to miss, guys.
Yeah, I know he's telling you to, like, take it slow, be safe, and all that. I say just grip it and rip it, Josh.
That's insane.
Just pedal to the metal, you know.
Not like those people.
Yeah.
Not like those people.
You know, let a bunch of kids upstage you on live TV.
Yes.
You know, I had to sign a waiver. I had to sign my life away, and I don't know if the managers at the station are probably cringing this morning, being like, our company insurance is going to go crazy. It's going to be fine.
What's the worst that could happen?
I like to bike.
A lot of bad things could happen.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of things.
Okay, Josh, we're praying for you. Send them up.
Thanks, Josh. Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. Reach out on social media or email him for a chance to be featured.
The only place I take a risk is during a Hannah Euchre.
It's a good place to take it. You
Rarely
take
does
chances.
it go well for me, but
Yeah.
I will take
Hey,
risks.
you got to take a shot. You see an opening, you got to take a shot.
Oh, brother. All right, 6:16. Kelly Slifka is outside with your first warm weather. Not a bad day to take the bike on a little ride, Kelly.
Yeah, especially as you get moving, you get a little bit of airflow, and it's not really that humid. Of course, that sun is going to be very strong, as it is the first day of summer. The sun is as strong as it gets all year long, and officially it starts at 9:58 this morning. That means it is the longest day of the year, and it's going to definitely feel like summer as temperatures climb in the upper 80s. One thing we haven't had yet is humidity. That's been fairly low, so it's going to be fairly comfortable if you're in the shade. It's just the sun's just going to be baking out there today, and we'll see plenty of it. Noticing the sun's rise at 5:18, the sun sets at 8:40. We'll gradually, slowly, over the next few weeks, start to lose some of that time, but it takes a while before we really notice it. Winds will be out of the east-southeast at about 7:15 if you are headed down the terrace, maybe doing some sailing. Things have been stuck. We've had that southern storm just sitting there in the southeast, while the area of high pressure has been sitting over the Great Lakes, just not allowing these storm systems coming in from the west to move very quickly. So we've had these daily storms fire up over the Dakotas and parts of the plains, and then they just kind of fizzle as they try to track out of the east. Eventually that's going to change, but not for the next few days. It looks like the temperatures will be near 90, dry through Saturday. Rain chances do ramp up Saturday night, continuing into Sunday and maybe even into Monday of next week. A nice start to the morning. That's because the atmosphere is very dry. Not a lot of humidity out here. So we're starting out at 58 degrees in Madison, 60 in Sun Prairie, Cottage Grove, Stoughton now up to 59, 61 in Verona, 63 in Mount Horeb. Temperatures rising quickly with the sunshine, that east wind up to around 10 to 15 going into the afternoon. Headed in the upper 80s. There might be a couple of 90s showing up out to the west. Watching the showers and storms fire up off to the west. Now, with that area of high pressure moving on to the east, that will allow the system to move on in. Unfortunately, not great timing because it's going to be in the morning hours. So a lot of this will weaken as it approaches southern Wisconsin. But at least we have that rain chance. And then as the storm tracks across northern Wisconsin, we'll have enough instability that some showers and thunderstorms pop up with the heating of the afternoon. Sunday afternoon, that'll continue on Monday afternoon as well. The most amount of rain looks like that'll be falling across parts of Minnesota, northern Wisconsin, over an inch of rain here in southern areas of the state. The amounts look to be less, maybe a quarter of an inch. But we'll take what we can get because it is getting crispy out here with the drought conditions continuing to worsen throughout the week. Temperatures approaching 90, 93 Saturday with that chance of rain holding off until after midnight, and scattered showers and thunderstorms Sunday and Monday as we cool down a little bit early next week.
National Pollinator Week. Representative Lee Songgrass introducing some new legislation to protect those important pollinators. Here in the state, pollinators account for over $55 million in crop production and $3.5 million in honey and beeswax. According to the National Conference of State Legislators, Wisconsin is one of only 19 states that does not have existing laws protecting pollinator health.
Farmers want to do the right thing, and with the encouragement and the limits set, they will do the right thing.
The package of bills addresses protecting and encouraging the health of our pollinators and their habitats.
Nearly half a century of service to Janesville will end this fall when the city's police chief says he will retire. Chief David Moore came on the job 47 years ago. He served as the top cop for the last 15. Chief Moore says he thinks he's leaving his department in a good position, but he says announcing his retirement is something he only gets to do once, so making sure it was the right time was essential.
It's an interesting day. I had contemplated this for quite some time, but determined that it is really the right time to move on to retirement.
Chief Moore says he hopes his time leading the Janesville Police Department will be remembered as a period when the department moved forward together.
Still ahead this morning, comedian Trevor Noah lands a new gig, where the former Daily Show host is headed and how you can follow along.
And as we head to break, a look at gas prices across Dane County and Wisconsin this morning. We'll be right back.
Call for action only on News 3 Now.
Do you suffer from GERD? Join Stoughton Health to learn how the minimally invasive LINX procedure may benefit you. The educational talk will take place over Zoom on June 22nd. Visit stoughtonhealth.com and click on Classes and Events to register.
Don't miss Wisconsin's best deals this summer only at Ashley's multi-million-dollar clearance event. Everything must go. Save up to 84% store-wide, plus special interest financing for 72 months. Only at Ashley.
You've evolved. You've changed. So have we. That's why new Dove Body Wash now has 24-hour renewing micro moisture for continuous care. New Dove Body Wash. Change is beautiful.
Have you ever been challenged, been tried, made a pact with your own limits? Have you been here, there, places no one should go? If you have, then you know that whatever you're capable of, so are we. No wonder Ford SUVs lead in brand loyalty. Now get Edge or Escape with 0% APR financing for 36 months. Only at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
When your travel adventure is more of a misadventure, it matters where you stay.
And here's some warm DoubleTree cookies.
DoubleTree by Hilton. Hilton for the stay.
The Subway series is elevating your favorite sub.
Why mess with the sweet onion teriyaki, Chuck?
Man, this ain't messing. It's perfecting with marinated chicken and double cheese.
Sweet and savory. Kind of like you and me, Chuck.
Bye, Peyton. Try to refresh favorites at Subway today.
Upgrade the look of your deck with 11% off everything at Menards. Pittsburgh Deck Cleaner removes dirt and mildew stains to restore your deck. Apply before staining. A 2.5-gallon container is $14.99 after rebate. Complete your deck's makeover with Pittsburgh Paints and Stains Ultra Advanced Stain and Sealant. It provides UV light protection and abrasion resistance, ensuring a beautiful, long-lasting finish. Get a gallon for just $34.49 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Oh, when you take me by the hand, I feel better again. Oh, I feel better now.
Don't miss Wisconsin's best mattress deals this summer, only at Ashley's multi-million-dollar clearance event. Everything must go. Save up to 84% off top mattress brands, plus special interest financing for 72 months. Only at Ashley.
Do you suffer from GERD? Join Stoughton Health to learn how the minimally invasive LINX procedure may benefit you. The educational talk will take place over Zoom on June 22nd. Visit stoughtonhealth.com and click on Classes and Events to register.
Welcome back. We always ask you to share your morning with us.
All right.
Linda's sending in this picture of a couple deer making their exit from some sort of situation.
You know, we thought last hour that they were looking at something, that there was more to this photo, because like the fence behind them, the snow fence is in focus, and the deer are not.
Yeah, they're assessing the situation now. How do I get over this fence without?
Okay,
Maybe they're assessing Linda. Like if Linda's taking the picture here, they're thinking, we gotta get the heck away from that lady.
Get on out of here. I saw a deer actually coming into work this morning. So
a baby?
Just a big one. I did see a couple of fawns the other morning. Seems like there's a lot of fawns this year.
A lot of activity?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of pictures of folks posting them. So,
boys, we have a News 3 Now buck that hangs out in our parking lot.
Oh.
Got to keep an eye out for him. Linda, if you see him, take a picture. All right, 6:24. Popular comedian Trevor Noah has a new gig. He's taking his talents to Spotify for a new podcast.
Shocking, right?
Chris
hates
podcasts.
Like the first, like, what's with all the podcasts?
It sucks, man.
Okay, it's going to be a weekly show blending his humor with some global perspective on the hottest and most captivating current topics. The show is also going to feature some influential and interesting figures from around the world. Of course, Noah stepped down from his duties as The Daily Show host after a 7-year run recently. He's going to get some good guests, but like, do we really need another podcast?
I guess so.
Gosh, there must be, well, somebody of his stature, I get it. You can go to somewhere like Spotify and get a good payday, stay relevant.
They pay out. What's Joe Rogan making?
I think Joe Rogan
Millions?
makes everything now. They just gave Joe Rogan all the money.
And a continent.
And then us little guys, you know.
Kelly Slifka with his weather podcast over here.
KellyStream.com and...
That's pretty cool.
I kind of fizzled. I think I had maybe like 5 people watching.
You were ahead of your time. You were ahead of your time. Would you have done that, you know, say 4 or 5 years ago?
It probably would have been a good, if I would have kept it going, maybe it would have really panned out. But.
Congratulations. Yeah, things turned out okay, though.
I'd listen to your podcast, Kelly. I also listened to your forecast. What do you got for us
I
today?
tell you what, it's definitely feeling like summer. The sun is up now. We've got a full dose of sunshine today. A nice start to the morning, though. Temperatures in the upper 50s and low 60s.
All right, we'll track that next chance of rain coming up right after this. Don't go anywhere.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Join us at the Madison Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns. Visit and get inspired for your 2023 building and remodeling projects. Go to MadisonParadeofHomes.com and purchase your tickets today.
Fresh produce is the best produce. That's why at Pick and Save, we invest in Wisconsin farmers to bring you the freshest seasonal picks. So no matter how you shop, your local produce always tastes as fresh as it gets. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
When the Murrays discovered Gain scent beads, they fell in love with the irresistible scent. So did their dog Roger. Gain scent beads keep even the stinkiest stuff smelling fresh.
Rider chips. Just taking a break. That window's a bear.
Don't worry. My cousin's got a guy.
Hey, I'm not sure I can help you with the house gas, but I can help you replace this window fast.
Let the experts at Feldco kickstart your summer with 2-for-1 windows and no interest until 2025. Plus, we'll get it done Feldco fast.
2-for-1 windows won't last long. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
I've been a member for approximately 8 years. Just coming in and working the body, working muscles, it really makes me feel better, gives me more energy. I play a lot of golf. Yeah, working out definitely has benefited my game. The strength is there. I just feel good, mentally and physically. Because I know if I miss my workouts, something is just missing in my day if I miss a workout. Together we inspire for a better tomorrow.
Don't wait until the weekend to enjoy a thick charbroiled steak made to your liking. Make a weeknight steak night at High Point Steakhouse, Southern Wisconsin's premier supper club. Well worth the short drive to Ridgeway.
The Chevy RS family of SUVs has it all. Whether you want the 10.2-inch diagonal color touchscreen on the Chevy Blazer, or extra peace of mind with Chevy Safety Assist standard on the 2023 Chevy family of SUVs. So take your pick. The choice is yours. Spring into adventure and get 1.9% financing on select popular Chevy SUVs when you finance with GM Financial. Plus, make no monthly payments for 90 days. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
When When you download the Pick and Save app, you have easy access to savings every day and get personalized coupons sent straight to your phone. Save big today when you download the Pick and Save app. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Join us at the Madison Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns. Visit and get inspired for your 2023 building and remodeling projects. Go to MadisonParadeOfHomes.com and purchase your tickets today.
Right now, striking a deal. The governor and the legislature finalized the plan to share the budget surplus with every town in the state. We're breaking down the impact.
I don't think it was a negotiation. I think it was a hostile takeover.
There is also pushback this morning. The strings attached that have Milwaukee considering legal action.
And here's your first look outside this morning. A beautiful sunny day on tap. Summer officially showing up, Kelly.
It is officially at just before 10 o'clock this morning. Going to feel like it with temperatures near 90. It looks like we'll have to wait until Sunday for some rain. Good
morning, everybody. Take a look at your screen right now. This might be the greenest stretch of grass we have in the entire area. This is at the I-3990 and I-94 interchange. Doesn't look anything like the grass we have outside the station. Probably what looks pretty dry outside your window as well. We don't have any rain in the near forecast. You might have a couple drops for us, Kelly, coming up in the extended forecast.
Yeah, it looks like the weekend we're going to have to hold off until probably later in the weekend. Otherwise, it's going to be fairly quiet. Temperatures, though, starting off nice this morning, but we'll be heating up quickly later today. We don't have the humidity right now. We will start to see that crank up a little bit going into the weekend. Temperatures near 90 today, tomorrow, Friday into Saturday, and actually maybe low 90s by the weekend, but no rain threat until Saturday night into Sunday. As things start to break down a little bit, we're starting to see a little bit of a shift in our weather pattern compared to the very stable air that we've had in place and low humidity. And that's why it's fairly comfortable this morning. 58 in Madison, 61 in Janesville. The Dells at 60, even down to 50 right now in Camp Douglas. Rising quickly, though, as we have that sunshine. Winds out of the east-southeast up to around 10 to 15 miles per hour this afternoon. It should top out in the upper 80s, maybe getting close to 90, especially areas to the west. A lot of sunshine today. Temperatures in the low 80s. Try to stay cool later today as we head closer to 90. Talk more about that rain chance for the upcoming weekend coming up in about 15 minutes.
All right, Kelly, thank you very much. You can stay on top of those chances for rain by downloading our First Warn Weather app. Just search for WISC Weather in your app store.
One of the top stories this morning, more money headed to Wisconsin's cities and towns.
The bipartisan shared revenue deal is now law. Governor Evers signing it yesterday. The long-debated compromise between Democrats and Republicans will help fund municipalities with at least a 20% increase in state aid. The bill looks to help Milwaukee in particular as it faces bankruptcy. And some new information, major pushback from Milwaukee on that deal. It lets the city add a 2% sales tax to pay for more emergency services, but there are strings attached. Here are some of them. 2 of the 9 fire and police commissioners have to be named by police and fire unions. The council can no longer set Milwaukee police policy. 25 school resource officers have to be stationed in Milwaukee schools. And the city can't use tax dollars to fund diversity, equity, and inclusion positions. At least one alder says Milwaukee didn't get a fair say in the deal.
They want to say it's our negotiation. I don't think it was a negotiation. I think it was a hostile takeover.
Milwaukee leaders are considering hiring outside lawyers to challenge the new plan. Republicans responding by saying, quote, the council should focus on resetting the city's finances, not on frivolous lawsuits.
Staying in the state capitol this morning, there is another new measure signed into law, and that's the Choices for Children Act. It provides $280 million for the expansion of charter and private schools to expand educational options across the state. And we're hearing from both sides of the issue this morning. The Wisconsin Public Education Network says it's concerned about the law, saying that public school students and local property taxpayers will pay the price, while private schools that can legally discriminate and pick and choose their students get a blank check from the state. Now, on the other side of the coin, School Choice Wisconsin praising the move. President Nicholas Kelly says Wisconsin's a pioneer in parent choice, and these historic bipartisan investments will help ensure that students have the high-quality educational options they deserve.
Happening today, Verona parents will help decide whether to fire the district security director over charges of child abuse. Corey Saffold is accused of hitting a kid in the head, wrestling them to the ground, and then punching them. Saffold's attorney says the student was known to be disruptive and threatened to assault multiple staff members. The meeting is scheduled for 6 this evening at the Verona High School.
Dane County Sheriff's Office sharing a couple of photos they want you to take a look at. Take a look. They're of two suspects accused of breaking into a garage in the town of Middleton early Saturday. The suspects believed to be tied to multiple car break-ins in the area. Police say the suspects used a garage door opener that was left in a vehicle to enter a garage on Silver Bell Lane. Officers also say that the two tried to enter the home, but the homeowner stopped them. Investigators say the suspects were traveling in a stolen 2023 Hyundai Elantra. Anyone with information should contact the Dane County Sheriff's Office right away. Badger Bus laying off up to 200 workers. It comes after the transportation company lost its contract with the Madison School District. The company's contract came up after the end of the 22-23 school year, and by law, other companies were then allowed to bid on the contract. Ultimately, the district went with the cheapest option for student. They had the lowest bid. The Madison School District cited staffing problems and student safety issues as factors in the contract negotiations. The layoffs will officially take effect on August 18th.
Make Music Madison returns tonight on this first day of summer and the longest day of the year. For the 11th year in a row, the city of Madison will become a stage with hundreds of free live performances throughout the city. Coffee shops, public libraries, front porches, and more will be jamming to all kinds of music. There will also be some special events scheduled at the Children's Museum downtown.
And since it's the longest day of the year, people are headed to Stonehenge. West of London tourists flocking by the thousands to see the sun align perfectly with the Stonehenge landmark. The structure is several thousand years old, of course, and works as a calendar to align during solstices.
Very cool. Wish I could check that out.
I would love to do this, just to see it in person. I've watched a documentary or two on how they got those stones to where they are now. It's fascinating.
Aliens.
Fascinating story.
Aliens?
You know it. It's alien. That's always the answer to any conspiracy theory, right?
Totally is.
Aliens.
All right, it is 6:36. Are you feeling stressed? Well, coming up in Health Watch, we'll have the new recommendations from independent experts.
And it is the official start to summer. We're looking at comfortable temperatures this morning, but it's going to be heating up later today. And also we have some safety issues, what you should do with your car. We'll talk more about the first warn forecast coming up.
And good morning, everyone. We're gearing up for the Madtown BMX experience. You can see me over here getting lined up to ride the course and learn a little bit about what it takes to be a beginner out here. That's what News 3 Now this morning continues. Stay tuned.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
My mom says that Breyers is made with real milk. I think I can hear them moving.
Breyers Natural Vanilla is made with 100% grade A milk and cream and only sustainably farmed vanilla. Better starts with Breyers.
You've evolved. You've changed. So have we. That's why new Dove Body Wash now has 24-hour renewing micro moisture for continuous care. New Dove Body Wash. Change is beautiful.
Here at Precision, we are veteran owned, and we take pride in servicing not only our community, but serving our country as well. No job is too big and no job is too small. Here at Precision, we'll fix them all.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Milk with your cereal with Fairlife. It's more like cereal with your ultra-filtered milk with a creamy taste plus 50% more protein, 50% less sugar. Turn nutrition into nutrition. Fairlife ultra-filtered milk.
Lean back and enjoy the summer savings at the Century House. Right now, get a $100 instant rebate for every $1,000 you spend on any qualifying stressless seating. The more you spend, the more you can save instantly. So furnish an entire room with the most comfortable seating in the world and watch the savings add up. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Introducing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2023. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including Hooper for Best Plumber and Best Heating and Cooling. Vote for Hooper and all your favorites on MadisonMagazine.com.
Want a smarter way to mop? Introducing the new Swiffer Power Mop. An all-in-one cleaning tool with hundreds of scrubbing strips that absorb and lock dirt away for a mop and bucket clean in half the time. Mop smarter with the new Swiffer Power Mop.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
Like that bottom one off.
I'm on the scene of an explosion.
By the next morning, it had gone out of my account.
Scammers have new tricks up their sleeve all the time.
I'm terrified to see his name again next to another little girl's name because nobody loves him.
I'm feeling stressed looking over your shoulder.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
We're back in our Health Watch this morning. The U.S. Preventative Services Task Force now recommends adults ages 19 to 64 in the U.S. be screened for anxiety disorders. That recommendation just published in the medical journal JAMA. The task force is a group of independent medical experts whose recommendation helps guide doctors and influence insurance plans. It marks the first time the task force has made a final recommendation on screening for anxiety disorders in adults.
Eating healthy can be a struggle year-round, but especially over the summer when kids are out of school and routines are disrupted. Experts say kids need to eat 3 meals and 2 to 3 snacks a day just to keep up. One thing they say helps, involve your kids in the trip to the grocery store. Let them pick which fruits and veggies they want to eat. When it comes to mealtime, roughly half the plate should be filled with fruits and veggies, the other half protein and whole grains. Also be sure to keep them hydrated through the day. Avoid too much soda, juice, or Gatorade.
All that easier said than done.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh my goodness. My kids are just constantly eating. During the summer, just all snacks all the time.
So am I.
You know
Look at me eating snacks all the time.
You know what I like when it's hot like this is melons, like watermelon, cantaloupe. Any kind of juicy, it's just really refreshing. I think it's great when it's hot out, and definitely going to be heating up now over the next few days as we go into the upcoming weekend. Temperatures approaching 90. We'll probably be in the low 90s, and officially summer arrives in the next few hours, and that means 15 hours and 22 minutes of daylight today. The sun came up at 5:18, doesn't set until 8:40, so it's the longest day of the year. That means the sun is very strong this time of the year. Make sure that if you are headed to the pool that you lather on that sunscreen because we've got nothing but sun. The UV index is through the roof as that temperature gets up to about 88. Talk about heat. They have had some excessive heat in the Lone Star State. Heat indices that they haven't seen ever. St. Angelo, Texas got up to 113 yesterday. That's the hottest temperature they've ever had. And also they've had that humidity, which is very rare, especially in West Texas. And speaking of heat, now we don't really have the humidity, but we do have the sun and temperatures near 90. As far as inside your car, in 10 minutes, you can get up to 110 degrees. That's how quickly it heats up. So even if you're just running into the convenience store for a quick snack or something, make sure you have, check your back seat. Make sure you obviously don't have any of your pets or your kids in the car for any duration of time. All right, we're going to be heating up. Things have not changed much across the country. We've had this persistent storm system in the southeast producing a lot of rain. High pressure over the Great Lakes has prevented us from getting any of that rain that has been developing out to the west. Now, eventually that area of high pressure is going to break down and allow for some of these storms that are firing up across the plains to move in. But that's not until Sunday. Meantime, temperatures near 90. It looks like it'll be dry right through Saturday. Not a bad start to the morning. Once again, we don't have the humidity out there. That's keeping these temperatures comfortable in the morning. We're in the 50s. Right now, 58 in Madison, 60 now in Cottage Grove, Sun Prairie at 61, 60 in Wanakee, 65 in Sauk City. Sunshine today, low 80s early this afternoon, topping out in the upper 80s this afternoon. I went down if some of the locations hit 90 out west. Here's our opportunity for some rain. They'll be developing across the plains, moving through the upper Mississippi Valley toward midnight, now reaching south central Wisconsin until the wee hours of the morning. Unfortunately, that's not great timing for these storms to hold together, but at least there's that chance Sunday morning. And with the upper level low spinning across the Badger State, that'll provide enough instability that scattered showers and thunderstorms both Sunday afternoon and Monday. By by all means not complete washout. And it looks like the rainfall amounts around here, maybe upwards of 1/4 of an inch here in southern Wisconsin, but it looks like the heaviest rains are going to fall across northern parts of the state. But at least there's that chance of rain later this weekend. Otherwise, we're heating up in the low 90s by Saturday. Humidity will start to be more noticeable by the weekend. Temperatures that start to cool down a little bit by Monday and Tuesday of next week with that chance of rain, mainly in the afternoon for Sunday and Monday.
Ooh, it's going to be steamy. All right, Kelly, thank you very much. All right, we are in the 608 this morning to experience what it's like on the track at Madtown BMX.
Josh Sprider is lined up and ready to go. How's it going, Josh? How you feeling?
Oh my gosh, are you guys ready for this? I don't know if I'm ready for this. I got all the kids lined up with me right now. We're at the starting line here at Madtown BMX in DeForest. We're gonna give this course a try right now. Of course, I'm gonna need some help, so I've instructed Sue, our director, that Chris and Leah are going to be my play-by-play in color. So you guys are going to talk me through this, and I'll talk while I can if I'm not screaming or panting around this. So, kids, you guys ready? All right, Ben, let's hit it.
Okay, Ryder. Random start.
All right, here we go. Josh Sprider, red shirt, fourth from the left, riding the number 3 Mongoose this morning. There's the gate,
Mongoose,
and they're off.
Last already. Come on, buddy, pick it up. Let's go.
3.
There we go. Okay, he's playing it safe so far. I'm okay with that. The mom and me is looking for his shoulder pads,
Pump
frankly.
those legs, Josh. Hard into the turn. Here we go.
Oh my gosh, my quads are on fire. My quads are on fire.
What's the point of all those workouts if you're not going to pick it up there, buddy?
Leave it out there on the track, Josh. You got this.
Let's see some air on this next one.
We're saving the best for last.
Don't let those youngsters show you up.
Oh, if you're not first, you're last. Is that the saying?
Okay, Josh, let's see a jump here. Let's see a jump here.
Okay, get some air.
No jumps. No jumps.
He's a safe fella. Okay. Well, he hasn't fallen yet.
Feet level. Good.
Number 3 Mongoose coming in dead last.
Coming around. Coming into what we hope is the final turn.
Josh, some air. Come on, pump it.
Go, 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 go.
Here we go. Okay. Okay. 15 out of 15.
How fun is that, guys? How do you think I did? How do you think I did?
I am proud of you for taking it slow and easy. Nobody was injured in today's In the 608 segment.
Oh my gosh. My heart is pounding. That was a lot of fun. This was my first time ever actually on a BMX bike. So that was a little different than my road bike, of course. But wow, that takes a lot of energy. And it does. It's just like what they said. Like the best advice for them is just to have fun with it. And we definitely did that. And of course, they have beginning courses. You know, we talked to Brad a little bit earlier. If you want to learn more about how you can sign up, again, this is for everyone, kids up to adults. Just go to the story on channel3000.com as I catch my breath here on a Wednesday morning. What a way to kick off summer here, guys, in the 608. How cool is that? This is definitely one for the books.
He is so out of breath. I can't get over that.
It's a real workout. I mean, you're using a bunch of muscles you're not used to.
Yeah, but this is buff
my
Mr.
quads,
Josh.
boy, they are on fire.
All right, this counts as cardio for the day, Josh. You impressed us.
Hey, that course looks like it's in great shape. The club there in Sun Prairie, they know what they're doing. Like, look at, they got the whole starting ramp, and gosh, those guys are just cruising. Look at them go. Fun stuff, fun stuff. All right, Josh Sprider live with Madtown BMX this morning. Good stuff. Thanks, Josh.
Bye, buddy. Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. Shoot him an email or reach out to him on social media. I'm proud of him. Take it nice and slow.
So am I.
That was good.
Good work.
That was
good work, Josh.
really a nice, smooth ride. All right, it's 6:47. Coming up in the morning sprint, breaking news on the missing submarine in the Atlantic.
And if you got a little kiddo turning 3 soon, we'd love to help him celebrate. Send us a picture and we'll show it on TV. We'll be right back.
Channel 3000 Plus. Watch from your streaming media player or mobile device.
You know that feeling of having to rewash dishes that didn't get clean? I don't.
New Cascade Platinum Plus with double the Dawn grease fighting power and double the scrubbing power for a no rewash clean and a cabinet ready shine. Upgrade to new Cascade Platinum Plus. Dare to dish differently.
Want a smarter way to mop? Introducing the new Swiffer Power Mop. An all-in-one cleaning tool with hundreds of scrubbing strips that absorb and lock dirt away for a mop and bucket clean in half the time. Mop smarter with the new Swiffer Power Mop.
If you're looking for the best way to buy a pre-owned Honda, look no further than Honda True. You get less to worry about and more benefits. Choose from 3 different tiers with up to 10 model years of Honda vehicles, inspected by a Honda-trained technician. Discover why Honda True means less compromise and more of what you love about Honda.
The Spring Green Art Fair is coming June 24th and 25th to downtown Spring Green. Hundreds of artists from around the nation will be there both days. Don't miss the fun and excitement June 24th and 25th in Spring Green.
At Lawton Cates, we provide compassion and guidance after a serious accident. From the first phone call, we're by your side. We know how much is at stake, and we're dedicated to ensuring you can heal and move forward. Your life counts. Lawton Cates.
Brothers Maine enjoys 4th of July festivities with family, friends, and fabulous kitchen and laundry deals. Our fireworks of savings on GE appliances and free delivery will make you ooh and ah. Feel like family at Brothers Maine.
Stanley Steamer loves Madison, Wisconsin. I'm Paul Ashik, local owner of Stanley Steamer here in Madison. We've been proudly cleaning your homes and businesses for over 30 years and will continue to keep your carpet, upholstery, area rugs, hard floors, and air ducts clean for many more. We strive to provide the best quality in both the services we provide and the equipment we use. That's why you've trusted us to keep Madison and southwestern Wisconsin homes cleaner, healthier, and more beautiful place to live. Call and book a cleaning today.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Here's your parachute.
Certain it's okay? Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, so congratulate coworkers or say thank you with promotional products from 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Mallards Baseball, Friday night. Come for the game, stay for the fireworks.
6:50, time for the morning sprint.
Breaking news in the search for the missing submarine in the Atlantic. The Coast Guard says crews picking up underwater sounds. 5 people are on board. They have about a day's worth of oxygen left.
And also breaking overnight, Madison City Council voting unanimously to make the city a sanctuary for transgender individuals. It's not legally enforceable. It merely asks the police department not to prioritize arrests based on any future laws against surgery. This resolution specifically aims to protect children. It calls Madison a safe place and sanctuary for transgender children, adults, and their families.
More money is heading to Wisconsin cities and towns. Governor Evers signing the bipartisan shared revenue deal into law. It will create a 20% increase in state aid to municipalities around the state. It's supposed to help Milwaukee avoid bankruptcy, but that city now considering suing Wisconsin, saying the deal is illegal.
A plea deal likely to spare President Biden's son from prison. Hunter Biden is pleading guilty to 2 tax misdemeanors. He also struck a deal with federal prosecutors on a felony gun charge. The charge stems from a federal statute making it illegal for a drug addict to have a gun. Former President Trump is claiming his federal indictment is a partisan attack, while Hunter Biden got a, quote, sweetheart deal.
New this morning, President Biden is getting ready to kick off another Investing in America tour. Next week, he's set to make a major infrastructure funding announcement ahead of a 3-week tour across the country. This will be similar to the Blitz back in February when the president visited Dane County, touting the bipartisan infrastructure deal. The vice president, first lady, and other top officials will join him. Tonight, there will be an open house at the Bakke Recreation and Wellbeing Center to showcase a new vision for the western part of the UW-Madison campus. The 15-year plan calls for a hotel, amenity space, more parking, and more research infrastructure. The current greenhouses and fields would be moved to new locations in the West District. In Pennsylvania, the stretch of interstate that collapsed in an explosive fire will reopen this weekend. That's according to the state's governor. Thanks to federal dollars and crews working around the clock, the highway will be back in action much quicker than the original months-long timeline.
New this morning, Honduran authority is investigating after 41 people died in a women's prison riot. Authorities say a brawl broke out early yesterday morning in the Central American prison. The government of Honduras not yet confirming the details of what exactly happened, but relatives of inmates are waiting now to be told about their loved one's fates.
The date for the criminal trial of former President Trump now could be pushed back because of the case's complexities and possible issues related to classified information. Proceedings will take place in Fort Pierce, Florida.
In his first state visit to the U.S., India's prime minister is discussing defensive ties with President Biden. He's also meeting with Tesla and other tech companies to talk about new partnerships. Tesla wants a new manufacturing center in India. Meanwhile, the U.S. wants stronger ties with the country as Chinese aggression in the Pacific increases.
A federal judge is striking down a ban on gender-affirming care for children. In Arkansas, the judge deemed the ban unconstitutional in the first ruling of its kind. 19 other states have instituted similar bans that restrict hormone treatment and surgeries for minors. The judge says the ban violates First Amendment rights of medical providers and the rights of transgender youth and their families.
New York City police investigating a criminal mischief pattern of vandalism against pride and transgender flags at the Stonewall National Monument. The Hate Crime Task Force investigating 3 incidents this month where people removed and broke pride flags. Stonewall is the site of a series of protests in 1969 where members of the gay community clashed with police over raids against gay bars.
Police in Milwaukee say a second person is in custody in connection with a shooting in which 6 people, including the shooters, were wounded. It happened right after a Juneteenth celebration wrapped up. The 2 defendants are men ages 17 and 19. The other 4 people who were wounded, they're all girls. They range in age from 14 to 18. And an update to a story we brought you earlier this week. The man missing from an area correctional center back under arrest. 34-year-old Thaddeus Bell is now booked into the Dane County Jail. He went missing from the Thompson Correctional Center in Deerfield this week when he never returned from work release. He's serving 12 years for a 2011 armed robbery.
All right, good morning. 5 minutes away from 7 o'clock. This will be the first day of summer. Arrives in the next few hours, and we've got plenty of sunshine. Came up at 5:18 this morning. It'll be setting at 8:40, so that makes it the longest period of daylight throughout the year here in southern Wisconsin. 58 right now in Madison. Well, we just updated 64 currently, so it is warming up. 64 in Janesville, 62 in the Dells. 56 right now in Lone Rock. A lot of sunshine throughout the morning hours. We'll have an southeast wind picking up about 10 to 15 miles per hour. We're already in the low 80s at the noon hour. Upper 80s later today. There will be a few locations out west that could be topping out closer to 90 degrees. So at least the humidity remains low, a little bit of a breeze. So if you're in the shade, it won't be too bad. It's just that sun that is really going to be baking down. East to southeast winds up there at 10 miles per hour as we head into the upper 80s, usually the peak heating right around 4 o'clock. It looks like that heat will be around for the rest of the week and the dry weather as well. Close to 90 for the end of the week. And the weekend brings in more humidity. That will lead to some showers and thunderstorms. That'll hold off until after midnight Saturday night. Scattered showers and storms expected Sunday. That'll continue into Monday. Hopefully we get this rain. We're looking at maybe 1/4 of an inch of rain total here in southern Wisconsin. I know we need a lot more than that, but at least there's something coming our way. It looks like at least the weather pattern is starting to shift a little bit going into a next week.
All right, we'll keep an eye on those rain chances for the coming weekend. Thank you very much, Kelly.
You're welcome.
Another news and weather update in about 30 minutes. Don't go anywhere.